What it do, y'all? Check it do, y'all. What it do? What's up, y'all? So, today is, I don't know what the date is. What is the date? May the, oh, no, never mind. I was thinking about somebody's birthday, but it's on the 7th. The sun is in Taurus. The moon is in Leo. We halfway through the season. Because both of these are on the 14th/15th degree. So we halfway through, y'all. So first I'm gonna start off with reading um per usual the astrological deck. Yeah, I got it. I got the pee. Should have used the restroom first. But this ain't gonna be too long because I'm currently in between worlds at the moment anyway. So we already know that means I don't want to be distracted. So I got to get this over. All right. So these cards are basically upside down, right side up, and whatever. So just know that we will be considering upside down reversal cards. So let's see what the current energies is hitting like for the moment. The intention is just to be able to clearly understand the energies and how we're supposed to react and respond based. Oh, that bird scared me. Based on those energies, or just confirmation as to what is going on currently and the energies you may be experiencing or whatnot or whatever. Let me put some what up in the chat? Man, my chair messed my goddamn Cocoa Butter bar up. They always fucking with my shit. Anyway, one more shuffle. All right, what's the current energies though? What is hidden light? Yeah, I'm gonna leave the camera right there. All right, so first we got Lilith, the wild femininity. This is that energy that you may not necessarily be aware of, but it still shows up in your behavior patterns. And since these things are things that you may not necessarily be aware of, it could be an insecurity then. Because if somebody else knows something about you and you're not even aware of it, but they keep it, that makes you be kind of insecure when it comes to that. So I do know for that card, the intention would be for me. I don't want soft node. Soft node came out. The intention would be for me to be aware of these things and know how to regulate or operate through those things with intention so that it can be a part of your actual character traits that you approve of type shit, if you feel what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is those things. What's up, Misa? Those things that you may not necessarily be aware of. Let me not say that. The things in your shadow, my intention would be for you to be aware of these things. Gemini came out for you to be aware of these things so that I would prefer that when I'm just living day to day, anybody, don't nobody like nobody to tell them, oh, you know you got a booger in your nose, right? I would like to know that I got a booger in my nose anyway, and maybe I want everybody to see it versus somebody telling me and then now I'm embarrassed. So that's what Lilith is like. We had the South Node come out. South Node is in Virgo. I don't really want to pull. I don't know why I don't want to pull the South Node, but Gemini also came out. Gemini is communication. Okay, but the South Node does have to do with details and foregoing certain. Okay, I see what you're saying. So the South Node being in Virgo, basically, though, that's that Virgo energy being not necessarily expired, but the spectrum being fully covered. And we know that Virgo gets the energy of details, critical analyzation, communication as well, but deep thoughts, like not deep thoughts, but thinking, sometimes overthinking. Who the hell is that? And Gemini gives communication. So Gemini's not in the soft node though. So I would look at that as, like I was using the example earlier about the booger in the nose, you not being aware of it. Maybe not necessarily caring about these things that's on your surface that you can't necessarily do anything about, because some things in your Lilith, your shadow, you can do things about them, but it's not to remove your shadow. It's just to recalibrate your shadow and be aware of it so that you can operate through these things. And with Gemini being a communicator, well, Gemini coming out, that's like that energy of, I was finna say goofy, but I'm a Gemini, you know what I mean? But Gemini is that energy of the trickster or the joker. And Gemini don't necessarily give a fuck like that. You know, we can think and we know certain things, but it's not necessarily something that should hold you back when it comes to certain certain things about yourself, basically, whatever. All right, so let's get some more information on that though. Let me keep the card out. Let me keep that out. Come on, bitch. All right, so we're gonna pull out of, I got my color card here too, and I got my numerology deck. Y'all know me. If you don't know, I like to switch shit up. My numerology deck is that old faithful. What up, Sweats? Numerology is that old faithful energy that I already know is gonna tell me what I need to know. But I be tired of pulling the same shit. I like variety and shit like that. So, but I'm still gonna pull out numerology, and I'm gonna pull out the color deck too. So let's see what type of numerical or whatever, however you want to categorize numerology energies. Let's pull out to see the basic fundamental signature of the energies that we could be experiencing at the moment. We're gonna pull 3 of these. Now, if you just came in, we had the Wild Moon Lilith. I don't know where Lilith is at right now. Let me see. But we had Lilith come out. We had the South Node, which is in Virgo at the moment, come out, and we had Gemini come out. Lilith is in Scorpio. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not. Yeah, Lilith is in Scorpio. So a lot of these things that could be seen unbeknownst to you, or beknownst to you because you have done a level of internal work to where you are aware of the things more than anybody else is. But the energy of that could be about your your root chakra shit, sexuality, your obsessions, things that you may overdo type shit, things that you do in the shadows you might not necessarily. So this Lilith energy is like really, it could be very off-putting when you are exposed type shit. So you would rather walk in your truth. Gemini is the truth. You would rather walk in your truth versus somebody finding something out about you and maybe you not even knowing about it until the whole crowd knows, and you can't deny it because the truth somewhere is going to be colored in this Lilith energy that people are going to be noticing. But the South Node is in Virgo, and the South Node came out. So a lot of these things that's dealing with you being very critical of yourself, you should have been worked through that already, to where when these embarrassing moments, they don't have to be embarrassing to you. They could be embarrassing to the status quo, but certain things you already fuck with anyway about yourself. So let's see. What's up, Ablugana? All right, that's enough. I was trying to say that word for the brain, but I don't even know how to pronounce it. We got the 0 come out. 0, this is in proportionate 0. This is you focusing too much on something. We're going to see, because I can't remember if it's the over-exaggerated or the inverted one yet. Hold on. But we do know that 0 is the space. That's your original space. That's where this little energy derives out of, your original space. And when you get so far from something, you tend to forget that it's there. And that's the reason why the Lilith energy is a part of your aura system, and you can't see yourself from the external because you're inside of yourself. So other people can clearly see, but you can analyze yourself with that South Node being in Virgo. If you have done a level of analyzation on yourself, the type of analyzation and understanding and observing of yourself that nobody can do but you, it wouldn't even matter what a motherfucker saw from you because you already have accepted it. And then, bitch, that's what I want you to see. That was on purpose. I did it on purpose. But we ain't got there yet because I haven't looked to see where that angle is coming from with that 0. But hold on, we're going to see. All right, this one fell on the floor. 7 in the reverse, but I mean, I ain't necessarily reading that in the reverse. This is a new awareness, though. This is when you separate from, say you're in a crowd, you're the only one with a shit stain on the back of your pants. You're separated from everybody else, everybody pointing at your ass laughing like, oh, shit. And this is you being aware. And I'm not saying that this is the case, but I'm just saying, for example's sake, this is you becoming aware of these things. You know what I'm saying? This is you being aware of, oh, shit, I got shit on my pants. But the awareness is, the awareness is aligned, though. So, since that's the case, back to what I was just saying previously, it could have been a prank to begin with, and you already knew that shit, and now the joke is on they stupid ass. Okay, but we're gonna dig even more in a minute. One more numerology card, then we're gonna pull out the color deck. And what is the moon is in Leo, so a lot of bitch want to fall. Then my number 5 energy came out, which is correlated to the Leo position in the zodiac. This is you not being aware of certain things that's a part of your energy signature. This may be a person not being aware of their Lilith energy, not even knowing to even be embarrassed. You don't even know that motherfucker laughing at you. I don't want to read it from that perspective though, but we finna get deep. We got to see the whole scope so that we can understand what the hell is really going on. And the position of this card is imbalanced, so I got to keep it real. But not to say that unbalanced is something that's negative though. Let's keep that in mind. Because sometimes these things that's unbalanced or you're unaware of ends up being the biggest, greatest learning lesson that you ever could have ever imagined or needed in your life. You know? So we're gonna always look at all ends of the spectrum no matter how the shit come out. So let me read it out the deck real quick so I can clarify that number 0. 0 is in its, let me see, inhibition. This is not being aware of the whole scope of the energy signature or your energy space or whatever, your aura system. Not being aware of this, only focusing on certain things, only concerned and thinking about, and see, Virgo is that overthinker. And you can overthink and think that you have thought of everything, but really you've overthought about some shit that's not even as necessarily important. You use all that thought energy in one direction, and that's what will give you the feeling of, oh, okay, I have prepared fully. But you can't prepare for things that you know, moment to moment all the time, because a lot of times these things happen and we don't even know what the fuck going on. So with this being in the inhibited space, it's for you to kind of release and shake off some of those critiques about others and yourself. Because as much as you critique others, I don't give a damn if it's on YouTube or videos and you know, want to critique some shit. Well, let's turn the finger back at you real quick and think about, like, would you, not necessarily comparing yourself to anybody else, but giving other energies the benefit of the doubt or grace just as well as what you would want to receive, because what you give out is what you receive. So that could be a space up in this circle that you're not even completely being aware of how to, you know, be genuine when you're observing and be genuine in your space, because you're not genuine when you're critiquing other motherfuckers. All right, so then we got the number 7. 7 is in its whole space. It's in its aligned position. 7 is the solution. It says well-ordered mental and spiritual and material and financial values unite to the number 7, which has been venerated as a sacred number by all cultures. Heaven and earth, spirit and body harmonically enclose the self within the two triangles, the eye being the central point. This can be seen in the larger as well as the smaller symbolic images. So 7 gives the another number 1. So I'm going to put this in 2 different ways, because the energies that came out around the 7, the 0 and the 5, are in congruent or imbalanced. So I got to give it to you from the darker perspective as well. But with that number 7 energy, this is you being fully in, and this is what brings the truth. You could be fully in a position, whether you know it or not, but fully in a position to where someone can see the complete truth of the matter based on your position. And it's not anything that you can do or say to make a person look at the situation differently, because the truth of the matter is it is what it is. Or it could be you understanding and knowing these things already, so that therefore a person can't necessarily put you on game about you, because I already know. Matter of fact, let me put you on game and let you know why I was even in that energy, or whatever the case may be. But let's pull a couple more. It's gonna be a quick little reading real quick. Let's pull a couple. I'm gonna pull out the color deck real quick. I wasn't expecting no message like this to come out. I really wasn't. But that's that Leo energy for you. Leo love to be in the goddamn spotlight, and Leo be so concerned about the attention, they're not even paying attention or even thinking about, like, what, because see, with the South Node being the Virgo, a lot of these detailed things that, a lot of the details of yourself or whatever the matter is should have already been evaluated and understood, so that we can go ahead and move on to the next phase. But with the energy coming out and Leo being in the sun, Leo being uncalibrated over here with the 5, which is not Leo, but you know what I'm saying. It's like you may not necessarily be paying attention or concerned about certain things that others can see from you. Not to say that's a good or bad thing, because a lot of times you don't need to be concerned about shit others see from you. What is your fucking intention? What's your actual true point? What's the point though? And with that energy colored in your Lilith aura system, because remember the Lilith energy is in the aura. It may not be something tangible, but it can be sensed. And with that Lilith, with that color being in the Lilith aura, that could also be understood as the truth, and then nobody don't have to look at you and think that you're lying or you're a decoy or whatever, because the intention shines more than the actual, you know, status quo perspective of what could be going on at the moment or whatever the fucking case is. I don't know necessarily. You got your own life, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let's pull a couple of these color cards real quick. We got the rest, green, heart chakra, eyes closed. You don't have to see physically with your eyes to sense in your heart what the hell is going on. Sometimes you may need to rest to even be aware of your internal energies, or maybe your Lilith, since that's what's highlighted in this reading. Your embarrassing moments, your shadow points, the things that you need to work through within yourself so that you can actually be like a normal individual. I don't want to say normal, but like a I'm gonna say normal, because to me, I ain't gonna say normal because that can be misconstrued. Because I ain't talking about everybody else's normal. To be a individual who is fulfilled within themselves, I guess I would say, who's has all of their energies privy to them. If you have done a level of internal work, eyes closed, straight internal, and understanding your own energies, then you'll be able to know how to use your energies and what's available to you as far as energetically speaking or whatever. But wait a minute. Let's pull some more. That's rest. Oh, the point was maybe some rest, meditation. Hold on, y'all. Here come the kid and the dog. Oh, wait a minute. But some rest and some anxiety. I just got through playing dancing. Some rest and internal observation may be needed for you to even much be comfortable in your own skin. Let me say it like that. Now, anxiety just came out, and I just got through doing TikToks with my daughter. That song, my anxiety. We just got through doing that shit. Do I want to pull this one? I don't want to pull that one. I don't like the way it came out. One more though. This one tried to goddamn look like a. I pulled it like this, like it was like this. All I seen was devil horns. This is that Scorpio energy, that passion. So a lot of these things that's in your underworld or in your deep subconscious that you may not necessarily show others, it still needs to be something that is warranted and that you deem as respectable to the individual and spirit, the individual and basic character traits that you have. So what I'm saying is, it could be some things that you have went through that was like, you know, traumatizing or whatever, but it has shaped your character. If you have dealt with those things and know how to incorporate that aspect within yourself so that that character trait that is now something a part of you, if you have used that shit, or not used, I'm being distracted, my damn child. If you have fuck I was finna say, if you have observed that and equalized that energy, circled out the entire square, not just a portion of this, not just a portion of it, but have went through that observation fully, you'll be able to use these things that's passionate to you, even when you can't put them in words. Because, like I said, this is a part of the Lilith energy. You'll be able to use these traits to your advantage, and they'll be appreciated and valued. Although, like I said, it's not necessarily something tangible. What the hell is she doing? It's not anything that's necessarily tangible, but it is a part of your aura system and who you are. I mean, eventually you may be able to put them in words or whatever, but we're not necessarily putting these things into words at the moment, because you have to play these things out to even know that you know the correct words to use, or the correct energy, the correct perspective to look at these things in first. But let me read it out the book real quick. What did that book at? Hold up. Oh, here we go. So first we had. Did I pull 3 cards yet, bro? Must have pulled 3 cards yet. I'm tripping. Okay, let me pull one more card. Hold on. Okay. One more card. I thought I had pulled 3. I might did. One more. I could have sworn I pulled 3 cards, bro. What the hell? Okay, let me not trip, because when I pay this back, don't worry about it. What up, Kyrie? Why anger want to come out? We already got passion. God damn. Why anger want to come out? I guess some of these things can provoke anger in you or in others. I would rather that they provoke. I wouldn't rather either necessarily, but if I had to choose one, I would rather that these things provoke anger in somebody else versus me. Because sometimes you just being you angers people. Sometimes a person just knowing how to be themselves makes others jealous, which evokes anger. So it could be that, or since a lot of these cards came in the ugly end of the spectrum, I don't want to say that, but some of these cards came out in the incongruent part of the spectrum. It could be in reverse, that you not being able to express yourself, or the reaction that you get from others after you express yourself, because you have shadow elements within yourself that you haven't really um observed fully and haven't transmuted within yourself. It could cause you to be angry. But let me read it out the book. Now I guess that was the third card. Let me double check, because I thought I pulled 3 already. I guess not. I don't see it. Okay, so first we're gonna look up rest. I'm trying to see what you had said. Say what? O-W-M pain. I don't know what that means, but you're a familiar name, so what's happening? Okay, so first we're gonna start with rest. It's gonna be a quick little reading, I'm thinking, as of the moment. So rest is essential. And remember, rest to me correlated to these things that you can just know, because it's got the green heart chakra energy. These things that you can know on your heart, you don't even have to have your eyes open. You can sense these things internally, and that is correlating to that wild moon Lilith energy, that embarrassing shit that's on your aura, the trauma that you have experienced that you haven't quite calibrated within yourself, that others can sense off of you. So these things can be sensed off of you, or if you have done a level of observation within yourself, and coming together within yourself, you can sense these things from others or from yourself, and know how to use your own gifts and your own things that you possess within you that only you have, type shit. And sometimes these things may take rest, or just meditation, or just moments of silence, just to sit down and to release and remove all the feelings and thoughts and emotions, and let them hoes come back in its pure state, so that you can fully, like, you can get a better grasp over the point of them, or the vibe of yourself, or whatever the fucking case may be. Next is passion. We got green and red. What green and red make? Brown? I don't know. Okay. Passion. Like I told you, this had reminded me of some demon horns, because when I pulled it, it came out like that. So this gives Scorpio energy, for real, for real. The things that's in your depths, the things that's in the back of the damn closet, the shit that you hide away. You don't have to hide Scorpio energy, although it's in the underworld and it's in the depths of the root or whatever. It don't necessarily have to be hidden. Although these things may not be able to be perceived visually or tangibly, you still can operate out of this substance, though, based on you having passion for the right things. You've calibrated these, like I said, these deep scenarios, internal scenarios, or traits of yourself have been calibrated to the point to where now you can outright have passion about how you are internally and what you feel deep within, the things that come to mind when you're in random conversations. And you may, because a lot of times, for instance, if I'm just talking and I haven't said, because I cuss, right, and I'm talking to a child or to a church member or something, and I'm just talking, I fuck around and cuss. If I already feel like, to me, a cuss word is just a damn cuss word. I mean, a cuss word is just a word, it's just another expression, and I fully transmuted that to myself. When I say that word out my mouth, others may not even fucking get offended. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the energy that I'm talking about, as far as the things that, because the things that's deep up in you, that's been with you, and they're like deep seated, because Scorpio is that depth. That shit is something that how do I want to say it? That's something that is going to shape who you are, for real. That's what gives you a whole lot of wisdom, that deep shit, the stuff that nobody knows about. And what was my point? Long story short, the point was passion. You'll be able to have passion about these things, and it not be looked at as cliche or negative or whatever. And even if it is, you'll have a type of aura to where it won't even be warranted when somebody actually comes and look at it for themselves, type shit. I don't even know what the point. I mean, I do know the point. I just hope that others can use this message. And that's what I was going to say. I don't know if others can use this message. But if you're in here, obviously, bitch, you ain't came here for nothing. So Let's see. The last card, and I might pull one more. Yeah, I might pull one more. The last card is anger. Remember, we said anger could be evoked based off of these things that's in the shadow that just pops out, or people you feel exposed because things in your Lilith or things in Scorpio energy. And Scorpio, that's why I'm talking about Scorpio. If you just got here, Lilith is in Scorpio at the moment. These things coming out could feel like exposure, which could make you angry, or you operating out of this energy just in general will cause others to be exposed to themselves based on their reaction, and if they know how to self-reflect and look at themselves and ask themselves, even if they don't though, but they know how to ask themselves, why did I react like that? That'll make, because Gemini came out too, that'll create a mirror. And even if they don't have the self-reflection awareness or ability, you'll be able to still mirror to them just based off of you being offended by them being angry or feeling disrespected based on how they receive you, and you know that it's not nothing it's them and not you. I don't know. I do know, but you know what I'm saying. So it says this card, bruh. I ain't even read the rest card yet. Fuck it. This card represents an acknowledgement that anger is a natural part of life. It's okay to feel angry, but what can you do with the immense amount of energy that comes with it? Right. A lot of these things that's in your trauma bank could cause you to just have a deep seed of anger. And that shows up in your Lilith energy, that your aura system that you may not necessarily be aware of. But if you, that's how you can transmute that right there, just knowing that this is a part of life and it's okay to feel angry, and then you can let it go, type shit. How can you transform anger into something helpful for yourself and others? Now, I didn't even read the goddamn green card. Moving too fast. Let me slow down. All right, rest. Rest is essential for all beings. This card, let me pull it out. This is the previous card that I forgot to read. This card symbolizes the need for a little extra downtime to recharge. By giving yourself and your body the rest you need, you'll conserve the energy to achieve your goals with clarity and purpose. Like I said before, just sitting down with some quiet time, observing your own emotions and feelings and thoughts, and releasing them hoes too. As soon as they come in, burn them bitches in your mind's eye and see it be destroyed so that it can be released as much as you know how to, and allow these things to come back in their purest form so that you can truly observe a different perspective of this. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now the last one, I ain't even read Passion, did it, bro? Damn, I'm tripping. That wasn't the last one. This was the middle one. Let me read it though. How you perceive passion can depend on what lens you view it through. Passion may be associated with lust and temptation, or it may suggest optimistic action, like a fire in your belly. This card encourages celebrations. You're celebrating your passions in whatever form they may take. Celebrating all of these things, the shit that you thought shouldn't be seen. Like you could have experienced a death internally that others saw you go through from the external position, and after you have been reborn, it may be something about that event that you feel you don't feel comfortable discussing, um portraying through your character, like the energy that you have the energy that you have um that has been created within you based off of that trauma. It may make you feel uncomfortable just being within yourself, but it's important for you to transmute these things so that you can be celebrated. This is a part of who you are. This is like the core of who you are. So how the fuck you gonna act like it's not even there? Meanwhile, others can see it though. So you might as well figure out a way to love all of these elements of who you are, all of the experiences that you have went through. See the greatest parts of them. If you can't find anything else out of an event, a death, something that you deem as negative, you know that you have learned from it though. So pull that out. Pull the learning aspect out of it if you can't figure out anything else, and find the passion within that. Find the things that you have learned from it and how it has changed your life, and be passionate in that. And that'll allow you to be able to display this energy in your behavior without feeling embarrassed or trying to tuck away your energies because you don't know if you're being seen. Because you know what I'm saying? It says whether it's a deep conviction, interest, or love, find what stokes your inner flame or your inner fire, and embrace the excitement that comes along with it. Right, bitch? Like, don't be trying to act like you ain't who you are as if others can't see it. People can see you better than you can see yourself, especially if you ain't did what you need to do with your own um energies or whatever, your own shadow parts and shit. People can see that anyway. So I would rather be in the knowing of what the hell people see, or the potential of what they can see, so that I can at least be prepared when it comes to their reactions to me, and I can understand it a little bit more. I can comprehend as to why they are reacting like that, and I can combat that properly, or I cannot give a fuck about it at all, depending on how important their opinion is, or how much it affects like the truth that you are learning about yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we finna pull one more card and I'm finna dip. What up, Xavier? What up? Whatever the hell. Fuck this shit. All right, we're finna pull one more card. Like the motherfucking chat. You in here? Like this bitch. Even if you don't know me, how hard is that? And share it too. How about that? Oh, y'all, while I'm sitting here shuffling, we do got another class coming up that's being held and presented by the Depths of Divine Feminine. It's me and 5 of my homegirls. We get together. We, everybody has done a level of deep introspection to where they have actual techniques and tactics on how they pray, Prey, and we're getting together, sharing these thoughts and ideas. At first, it was just for women, but we're opening the floor up for men as well. So if y'all are interested, and best believe, whenever you do something in a group, those things become very apparent. And we're intentionally directing our activities towards things that's going to cause fulfillment, awareness, and materialization. All of those things that you know would want to happen, as far as when you're dealing with things in the unseen. You want to see these things too, though, and you want to be able to see these things in the perspective to where they can be used and valued. This is Taurus energy, Taurus heat. Excuse me, y'all. Holiday came out. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. 27, that's relating to that new understanding, relating to yourself, because after you at the number 7, you're separating, you become another individual, and you're able to relate to yourself, which is going to allow you to relate to the environment, and it's going to cause that simultaneous flow of others relating to you, and you having an awareness of these things and being in a certain amount of flow. Now, how did they got to do with it? I don't know yet. We're going to read it out the book. It got a one apple on the tree. Again, that's that individuality of the number 7. That apple at some point had to bloom, right? So when it bloomed, it became aware, damn, I'm a fucking apple at this point. Then it looked around and saw all the ice and snow, like, how the fuck I survived this shit? Let me stop. Let me read it though. Out the book. Hold on. 27. Okay, I went straight to it. All right. In the customs of holiday, the opportunity is to celebrate. Hold on. The opportunity to celebrate is the gift that awaits. So yeah, okay. Okay, so it's like all that isolated energy that is still who you are, that you hide away from motherfuckers because you don't necessarily know how to be in the moment with them and feel comfortable at the same time. It's to celebrate this shit with or without others, appreciate it, value it internally, so that you'll have the endurance to weather the storm. That apple is bright red, looks like it came out during the spring, but it's winter time during this time, and the winter represents that isolation, the isolation of these gifts. I'm gonna call them gifts, because once you calibrate your energies, anything about your abilities, anything about yourself, the abilities that you even got to breathe, that's a gift for real. So it don't matter how minute on the scale you may deem it to be. You can monopolize yourself. You can monopolize on these things, especially when you begin to celebrate these things and have those internal orgasms about life, yourself, revelations or whatever. It multiplies the appreciation value within yourself about it though. So let me read it. Throughout the year, there are holidays that have meaning and rituals attached to them. For some, these special days have very deep meaning and love attached. So a lot of these things that came out of this little energy, the trauma, they have deep meanings, and you also materialize and manifest based on this shit. Hold on, man. Hold on, y'all. All right, I'm back. My bad. What was I at? Yeah. Okay. Long story short, there is also the duality aspect of these holidays. Opposing religious viewpoints can create distinct energetic lines. So it's like that little energy that is what's the word? It's a certain word I'm trying to figure out and want to use. But it's like a rebellious energy. It comes off as rebellious when you be yourself, and those things not necessarily something that people are used to seeing from you. You need to make these things damn, I be hating that Gemini and Chiron shit. Normalize. Damn, that shit wasn't even no hard ass word. You need to normalize these things within yourself. You know how you have you know how you can be in a situation at work, and then when they see you out in the street, it's like, damn, I ain't even know you look like that. Or damn, I ain't know you could dance, or whatever the case is. If these things or these gifts or these abilities or these experiences or traumas have not been appreciated and held with value within yourself, you come to these situations to where people see you from a different perspective or a different light. You're gonna have that Lilith aura is gonna be like very much highlighted with this moon being a motherfucking Leo at the moment too. Okay, that's the reason why Leo came out. Okay. That's enough of that though. I'm finna go because I got other shit going on in the background. I fuck with y'all. What up, Nicholas? I did want to pull 2 more cards, to be completely honest. Hey, like the chat. Like the motherfucking live, too. I did want to pull 2 more cards. I ain't gonna stunt. I'm gonna pull 2 more real quick. Now I'm dip. I thought this was gonna be quick. But then once I get to reading, I be like, damn, let me see some more. Especially when a motherfucker watching. That really make me be like, okay, might as well experience the situation at the moment. Let's get 2 more. Come on now. All right. Beginning. Okay, beginnings, and we are in the fresh part of the season right now, or the cycle, the whole year. This kind of gives that previous card. I'm gonna let y'all see it in a minute, but it doesn't, but it does. That card of this came in the reverse. That card of passion. If you look at it, it had a lot of that other card that I thought looked like devil horns. This kind of reminded me of that in a, not really, but it did though. And that is you being able to use these things that you are passionate about for the first time, maybe, or other people seeing these things for the first time, or seeing them in a different light, or you seeing these things in a different light, which is going to create a different perspective, and the picture is going to look different, or the play out of these things are going to happen different, or whatever the hell. This card came in the reverse. Crowd surfing. I ain't never got this card before. Came out in the reverse. This looked like the sun, the moon, and Leo, because you see the sun is shining, but it's in the dark. Lord have mercy. I should have. Hold on, y'all. Y'all ain't got to hold on, but wait a minute. Fuck it. Okay, so, bitch. Hold up. Okay. Turn it down. Turn it down. Really, you need to go in the house with it. Turn it down. Bitch, get out. Okay, 1 more card. Someone's done. Hmm? Then we go pick up Asco. Mm-hmm. Hey. 1 more. All right. That's the last one? The pedestal. Okay, let's start from the top. Well, from the second. We got number 30, which equals number 3 in the reverse. Crowd surfing. This is the environment, of course, with more space. So your internal, it's gonna start in your internal. These people in the background are the thoughts and feelings. So maybe that's the reason why this card is in reverse, simply to signify that this is from an internal perspective first. But these people in the background are the thoughts and feelings, at least from the upside down perspective in this moment that I'm reading it from. But it might change in a moment. So hold on, let me see. Okay, the world is filled with the noise of thoughts and the emotions of those who gather. And like quicksand, it soon suffocates my experience. Experiencing the energy of being with one person can be very challenging in of itself for an empath or spirit in the body. Being around several people may manifest as a myriad of energies that becomes very more overwhelming. Parties, concerts, malls, and other highly populated areas are often avoided by the empath of fear, but you can't run from yourself because you still got the same fucking dynamic internally. So, are often avoided by the empath for fear of losing oneself in the energy of the crowd. That's why it's important to observe these things and calibrate, sit with them, and really have them to be fully observable for you. You being fully aware of yourself for the most part. The empath's spirit in the body system overloads quickly, causing them to experience anxiety or panic. We had that anxiety card come out too. And zapping any possibility of normal fun. Remember that word normal? Energy. See, you create what's normal though. Fuck what they talking about. If I'm the one in the whole crowd, the only one who understands myself, I really am in tune. And if others are too, they will feel me. But if they not, fuck them. And I'm gonna be the one that's leading my own herd, my own internal energies, my own feminine and masculine energies, which is gonna, you know how life works, as above so below, which is gonna create the same dynamic from the external position. Okay. Energetic focus becomes the tool to navigate these overwhelming situations. Sticking to the task at hand while shopping can create intended focus. Okay. So, regardless of whatever thoughts and feelings that you may experience while you're in the moment of creating a task or doing something, and you may have the emotion of anger, the emotion of you don't want to do that shit no more, the thought of you don't want to do that shit no more. No, you still have intended focus on the goal, on the point, and it's gonna help you to like, or that rest card. Take a moment and release all thoughts and feelings for a minute and come back to them. And then when those thoughts, feelings, and emotions or whatever come back to you, the perception of them will be better, or you'll be able to be the Lord over them, and you'll be able to direct them how the fuck you want to, because these are your thoughts and fucking feelings. And when you experience life, you can't control people, but you can control your own position and your perception, your perspective, which is going to create a ricocheting effect of how you create your reality. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't gotta go. Y'all get the fucking point. I'm quite sure of it. And I'm talking fast because I need to go. Okay, then we got 48, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's number 3 again. But 4 being that thought, the understanding, or the security of the whole logical perspective of whatever. And the number 8 is this cycle. It's a feminine energy. So this is masculine and feminine coming together. You having thoughts and feelings that you understand, because 4 plus 4 is also 8. So this is you being able to, because see, look at the pedestal. It's like broken, but it's broken because you're not putting your own energies on a pedestal. You're not prioritizing the things about yourself that needs to be prioritized, which is going to ricochet in reality of you doing the same shit externally and it happening to you also. Motherfuckers not valuing or putting an importance or prioritizing you because you don't prioritize yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Or it could ricochet in a way that you don't prioritize others because you don't know how to prioritize yourself, type shit. Whatever the case is, but that's the energy. Okay, let me see. And the card itself says each moment, every person, each equal in power, is a puzzle piece that has a placement in the tapestry of life. When we place a person or belief system on a pedestal, or what others have deemed as normal, now we want to make sure that we align ourselves with something that they deem as normal, although that shit don't even sit right in my fucking spirit and I can't even be myself. When you prioritize these things, um, there becomes a need for them. You want to need something that you don't even like, okay, or it to live up to the expectations of. Because of the empath's intuitive nature, or the spirit in the body who's aware, it can become quickly evident that the person on the pedestal is not up to the role. How often have you been in the presence of someone who you have looked up to and soon discovered their knowledge is lacking, or practice a belief that became disappointing because you sense something was missing in its interpretation? So if you don't do these things for your own self, that's just like trying to tell somebody how to do something that you watch somebody else do or somebody else told you how to do, but you haven't actually did this shit for yourself. And then when they try to apply that and they ask you questions, you can't properly respond because bitch, you didn't even do the shit. So it's like you wouldn't, or that person wouldn't even deserve a pedestal, and to be lifted up on a high platform just to be broken back down is disheartening. It's trauma based. It's nobody want to go to that shit. So that 4 representing the logical awareness of these cycles, maybe based on you having this broken pedestal, can signify the fact that you have already observed the lows, so that now you can observe the highs, or you've already observed the lows because and you've been observed the highs. So whatever the case is, y'all get what I'm saying. I hope y'all do. Let me finish reading. We must always strive and experience each moment, belief, and every person as an equal. We must always strive to experience each moment, belief, and every person as an equal. Okay, okay, we can say that. The teacher quickly becomes the student when they are open to learning the higher aspects of their craft, right? And you don't want to become the student not knowing that that's a cycle to come. So, for an example, my children, I would hate for me to think I already understand everything and just for them to come show me at 5 years old that you don't know how to do this. That might strike up some anger in me because I'm thinking you're not supposed to be teaching me. I'm supposed to teach you type shit. But if you already understand that this is a cycle that happens and it's normal, that's the norm I'm talking about, and it's intentional. It's like pre-planned by the spirit type shit. It's like actually something that's beneficial. Then you won't have to react out of a stupid ass emotion that hasn't even been observed or calibrated, that because it don't make no sense. Anyway, I'm beginning to ramble. Let me go and read this so I can do it. Opening to learning the higher aspects of their craft. The student can become empowered in the realization that without their quest for knowledge, there is no need for the presence of the teacher. Each in an equal role, fulfilling a need, a balance of energy whose only goal is the moment. Have I given my power to a belief that no longer serves me? Need to grow no longer serves my need to grow energetically? Or have you given your power to energies that is not a custom fit for you, but you want to wear the shit anyway? Have you like actually prioritized and valued something that's not even a part of the space that you came from, that you're supposed to be creating out of and creating value from? Are you trying to value something that ain't even that? Ain't nothing wrong with that if you valuing it from a perspective of appreciating somebody else. But if you're trying to take something else that's not even a part of your own system and you're trying to make it be and you're valuing it, that's gonna make you hate yourself, because you are not gonna be able to you're not going to be able to, that's not going to be a natural ability. It's not going to be something that you're going to actually be able to monopolize energetically off of, so it's going to make you hate yourself type shit. Have I placed a person on a pedestal in order not to step fully into my own power? Anyway, I'm finna dip, y'all. Y'all get the fucking point. I fuck with y'all. I fuck with y'all. Bye. You done? Now I pick a rock. Go